anyone in here? Hello. Sorry guys, just hang tight. My goodness. There, I think I got it now. I got it. I can see. Yay. Sorry, guys. Thank you, Hitter. A bit.ly. Okay, here we go. Bit.ly. Okay. Oops.
All right, all right, all right.
Yay.
There you go. Look at you.
So much.
You
Like,
are,
seriously, what a mess.
you are a streaming pro now? Yep.
Thank you. Oh, that's too much. Unbelievable. And I still had my video not paused, so my goodness.
Yeah, that's something you'll figure out pretty quick, because especially like if you're trying to listen to yourself or somebody else and then you jump in their stream, like I almost forgot to pause you and it would have just continued to keep going back and forth. But
hello. You made it.
What up? Oh, guys, my wife just got home with the groceries, so I need to go jump on that like right now. I will catch y'all later.
All right. Hi, Kevin. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. I'm actually like figuring this stuff out. This is good. But last time it was like kind of straight and narrow, like it kind of did it for me. So it wasn't hard to figure out. But now I got it.
It wasn't working with you now.
A lot of work.
You know, I don't know how to do it either. I've never done a live stream, so.
Well, everyone has to start somewhere, right? Like seriously, yeah. I this is like the third time I had this like trying to do it. So everyone was so patient with me, although there was a couple thumbs down. The haters gotta hate. I already have an idea on who those people are, but it's so funny.
There are always haters.
Right? I have nothing better to do. My sister's in here, but my computer just kind of froze. And she's been trying to get a hold of my phone, but my phone's she's been trying to call me, and my phone's all the way over there, and I hear her, but I was talking to Hitter, and I'm like, I'm so torn right now. So what's happening? How's your day been?
Yeah, Well, not much happening. We're waiting until our son will wants to be born.
Oh, you're having a baby too?
Yeah, in a few
Exciting.
days. So, yeah, and I
Oh
work a little bit
my.
on the tanks.
All of you men with your pregnant women. I don't.
It's my last one, though.
Yeah. So when is she due? Like, what's her due date?
Monday.
Monday.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
boy. Then the no sleep will be beginning all over again, eh?
Uh-huh. For the fourth time.
For the fourth time. Do you know what you're having?
A boy.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. So it'd be yeah, 2 boys and 2 girls.
Amazing. Even it out. That's good. I have 2 girls
Yeah.
and 1 little boy. And I'll tell you, I'm done. I will not be having a fourth. That's up to another family member to continue having children because I'm not doing it.
No. So yeah, and I'm home after I had some surgery a month ago. So yeah, now I try to do what I can and help her, and then I can do some videos and work on the tank. So
Yeah, I
take it
can't,
easy.
right? Like I'm so excited. I'm so close to getting the salt set up. I have my 40-gallon empty now, but I have like a lot of calcium scaling from having fresh water in there. So I'm going to
Mhm.
be doing the vinegar. I'm going to soak some paper towels and have the vinegar just resting because it's on the braces on the top. It's plastic. I hate how they make it out of all plastic. So I'm going to try to get rid of all the scaling. So it's just like a nice clean slate. Vicky, you were 12
Yeah,
days late.
but
That's crazy.
I hope it won't happen here.
Right? So I couldn't even imagine being 12 days late. Each of my kids, I was induced. So they all came early.
I don't understand. I don't understand, Vicky. Most of the times you are first. So
Yeah,
now
right?
she's
Like,
12 days late.
oh man. I in my third, I was because I knew that they were going to induce me because I had complications with my blood pressure and stuff.
Okay.
And so my girlfriend had came over and we were bouncing on the trampoline. I was eating the hottest, spiciest wings we could find, and like just everything trying to put me into labor naturally. And it did work a little bit, but no, he came a month early. It was 5 weeks early he came. So
Okay. Yeah, my oldest, oldest son, he came. What was it? 6 weeks too early, I think. Yeah. Yeah, it was really small.
yeah, it's scary when they're that small, like, tiny little things.
Yeah, and then he had to stay in the hospital until he was 2.5 kilo or something, and then he had to do a sleep test, and then he was allowed to go home. So I think he stayed
Mm.
for 3 weeks or something in the hospital.
So where do you live, Kev?
I live on the border from Holland and Belgium.
Okay.
It's,
I've heard like the Holland way of parenting is like one of the most laid back places to raise your children. I have a girl, her name's Melanie. She actually moved to Holland from here. And she said, like, she can, like, literally, the father and the mother get to stay home with their kids. And, like, it's just so laid back. Is that true?
oh yeah, I don't. It's a little bit different between Belgium or Holland because I'm born in Belgium and I live in Holland, but still work in Belgium. That's why I go by the Belgian rules, for the parenting also and stuff. But we get a lot of holiday for it. We can get a lot of free days to stay home. But yeah, I think it's laid back.
Yeah.
That's how you say it. But
Yeah, well,
yeah,
compared to like here, well, they just recently started like initiating where the father could take like, the maternity leave, so to speak, to stay home and raise a child while the mother goes back to work. like role
Yeah,
reversal
yeah.
type of thing. Yeah, but
Mm.
I
Yeah,
never.
it's like we have. Sorry.
You go ahead. You go ahead.
Uh, we have 10 days, so it's 3 days that is paid by for the father. Then 3 days paid by his work, so by his boss, and 7 days is paid by the health insurance.
Well, that's not
So
too bad. It's good.
yeah,
You get to spend time
and
with the
then
wife.
we can and then we can take 4 months in total. It's over a period of 12 years. So until the child is 12 years old, we can take these 4 months also. So you can do
Wow.
it one day a week or one day a month, or you can take the whole month at a time. But then you have only like 50% of your
Yeah, use
normal
those days
wage.
wisely,
So
Yeah, but that's
yeah,
awesome. Definitely. So, what size of tank do you have again?
I have 650 liters, so 170 gallon.
Oh. See, my dream size of tank would be like a 220. That would be like my max size that I would want. Do you hear my kids? Like,
Okay,
honest to
yeah.
God, as soon as they know I'm gonna sit down and just do my thing, they start. Oh,
That's kids.
yeah.
That's
Like they're
kids.
like, oh, you're sitting down. Let me just destroy the house.
Yeah, I would have want to a bigger tank also, but here I don't have the space for it in my house. So, but outside I'm building how you say, a fish house
You
or
are? That's
something like that.
amazing. I would love to have like
Yeah,
a dedicated little house to my fish tanks. That's like, yeah.
yeah. Before I had it was a bigger, like more like a barn, and I had a company myself before. Building in aluminium, like bird cages and stuff. And I also had a lot of birds, so that's where I was housing them and working. So I broke it down on the whole thing because it was old, and then I'm building a new one. So
That's amazing. Congratulations. That's another exciting
yeah,
chapter
thank
that you're
you.
having. Yeah.
Yeah. So one part is going to be water, and the other part is going to be workspace.
Nice.
Yeah. I have a lot of machines, and otherwise I don't have room for it.
No, my husband, so before the house that we lived at didn't have a garage. And he's a mechanic by trade. So he works on like the big Caterpillar machines and John Deere's and stuff like that. Like he repairs them.
Yeah.
So he had this shed and he literally shoved so many tools in there. I couldn't even believe the amount of stuff that he made it work in this shed. But now he has a really big garage and he's setting it up the way he wants. But now he's not leaving any space for storage, which really upsets me.
My daughter is louder than yours.
Yeah. Well, because they know as soon as I snap my fingers, they'll leave the room. They're like, oh my god, she's snapping. Yeah.
I just have to count, like one, and
Yeah,
then they
like
know.
the stern, right? The stern voice.
Yeah.
But I'm
If I
excited that
get to 3,
Auntie
you
Sam
get
says hi,
punished.
and she says if you guys don't listen, she's gonna bite your bum. That's what she said. My sister, she goes by Sammy's Beauty Passion.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
Lol, hi minions.
But yeah, I'm excited that I finally kind of figured this out now. Now I can actually if I want to stream sort of deal.
Mhm.
And I know everyone's kind of like craving a stream that there's no real ones going on. I'm not sure if Aaron is having one or not.
Yeah,
Is he?
tonight it's last Friday. Yeah, the last time on Friday night.
Okay.
I think he's going to move to Sunday evenings or something.
Yeah, I know his new job is like kicking his butt. That's what he said.
Yeah, he said I'm never sure that I will get in time. So that's why he's doing now the last time Friday night stream. So I know that what is it? The Reef community started.
Oh, did it? Paul's going to?
Yeah,
Well, I
they
just
are
figured.
already on, like
Oh,
almost an hour, I think.
wow. Well, it's like because me and
Yeah,
Hitter,
yeah.
we were hooking up our new our microphones. He just got his Yeti, and I've had mine literally just sitting around my house for like over a year and a half. And I could never really figure out how to do it because anytime I plugged it into my computer, it was telling me unsupported thing and blah, blah, blah. But today, literally, I plugged it in. He told me to go to this little icon. It worked. I'm like, what the heck, man? Like, it's been sitting in my closet for like a year. It's awesome.
But it's great that you can get some help, you know.
Vicky, you've been subbed to my sister. That's so funny. she's the makeup side of us. Although, like, I am a makeup artist by trade, and like, so is she really. But that's funny. She's more makeup, and I'm more fish. I do my fish and I've been in this hobby for a very, very long time, but now it's the saltwater that I'm coming into, and I've always wanted to be in the saltwater. But back then, like, it was just pure forums, and it's overwhelming with the information that's released on those forums because everybody already knows what they're talking about, and it makes it seem impossible for anyone new to set up.
Yeah, I started. My tank is now 10 months old. I think, 10 months old. And before I also had only fresh water.
So you had fresh water before?
Yes, fresh water. And now I started my saltwater tank 10 months ago.
So what kind of fish did you keep with fresh water?
Yeah, I had cichlid tanks.
Oh, you have the cichlids. That's what I have, yeah.
Yes,
well, I have different fish too.
I had discus. I had rainbows. And
the rainbows, Bosmanis or whatever they are.
Yeah, Bosmanis.
Yeah, those are pretty fish.
Yeah. I had three or four different kinds of rainbow fish.
So what have you run into like any really disasters setting up your salt water?
No, actually, when I started my my tank, I took it very easy. You know, I had dry Pucani rock, mixed the salt and let it run for weeks, and I measured until I was really sure that it was cycled, and I didn't had some lights on it, so I just kept it in the dark for 5 weeks, I think 5-6 weeks.
Yeah.
Then I started adding snails and 2 clownfish, and then just every month a coral and a fish, and then of course you get some diatoms, but I didn't have them for a long time, so just maybe a week or two. Then I had this cyano, but that was also 2 weeks and it was gone.
What was I was just about to ask you something. And now I blanked out because I was started reading the chat. My God. My sister, she's like, we do fish makeovers. Yes, the diatoms. So did you use live or dry rock?
Dry rock.
You use dry. So that's my intention as well. So I was going to go with the dry rock, possibly one live rock, like just to seed it a little bit, and do the rest with the dry. And with the bottle of, so there's been a couple people to tell me different kinds of bacteria, with the Dr. Tim's being one of the best. And
yeah, I was thinking them a lot. I don't know.
Yeah, when I was cycling, I'm just going to keep it black, like there's no point. But then adding like 1 or 2 clownfish to start, possibly like, 1 mushroom coral after the cycle's done. And then slowly maybe wait every 2 weeks before adding another piece of load to the bio load, right?
Yeah, because it can go really fast. Yeah, when I have now around 10 fish after 10 months, just 10 fish, and I have around 20 corals maybe. So it's for my tank. It's really not much, but you know when you get more fish, and I started to feed the frozen food. You know, you really need to be really careful with the frozen food because I was quickly overfeeding my tank, and my
Mm,
phosphates they just yeah went as a
exploded,
rocket.
eh? Like that's
Yeah.
so even with my freshwater fish now, I tend to overfeed, but like I clean my tanks like sometimes even twice a week, depending on if I like, because I feed live, frozen, and the dry.
Hmm.
And that's one thing that concerns me because I want fat fish. Like, I do. I want fat little happy fish. I don't want to like I don't know. I don't know how this is
Yeah.
going to play out. I'm probably going to have like a huge algae disastrous outbreak just because of my habits that I've gained, not so good habits in the freshwater. We'll
Yeah,
see.
it's different. That's what I notice about it. It's different. You know, you have this salt water there. It's how you say you can bring it in balance really fast. You know, and
Yeah.
then I don't know if you understand me right. Sometimes it's
No,
hard
I
to
do.
come
I
on
do.
the wrong.
Yeah.
So and I noticed that also. You know, I feed too much, and then suddenly it's a disaster. You know, my Montiporas were bleaching and dying off to Binaria, but it's coming along
So
great
do
again
you
because
keep the SPS as well?
yeah, I had to try out. I had this Turbinaria, and then I had Montipora digitata, Confusa, and a red plating, and they were
And
doing really good.
but the Montipora started bleaching out. You just said that,
Yeah,
right?
and
Yeah.
the Salifert test kit was not giving me the right measurement. It said nil phosphates, zero phosphates, and a friend of mine, when I asked him how is this possible that they are bleaching now because they were growing so well, so he checked the water with his HANA checker, and then yeah, they were really high mass phosphates. So I
Oh, see,
changed
that's one
the
thing that
tester.
I want.
Yeah.
I want to do is get the Hannah checkers. Right now, I do have the Celiferts, but I don't obviously I don't have a system up and running yet. But I heard good things about Celiferts, but they were sent to me by a guy named Ray at reefsupplies.ca in Canada through
Mhm.
Craig Reefer Madness. He kind of set that thing up, but so those are I have the nitrate and ammonia, but I want to get the Hannah checkers for phosphate and I want to get the nitrate one as well because it's just easier rather than. But I have
Yeah.
like a huge master test kit that's it's for fresh and salt. So, but I don't know. I'm also
Yeah.
looking at the RODI units, and that was like a big discussion I was having with Bubba in DC, and it was like I was like trying to figure out because there was one posted on Kijiji actually in Canada here. We have like a buy and sell place. It's called Kijiji. And this guy, I've never really heard of the brand. So I asked in chat and no one else really heard of it except Cruz. I'm like, of course you heard of it.
Mhm. What's the noise on the background?
Do you hear them? You know what they're doing?
Yeah.
They're,
Hi, Dave.
hey, Dave. They're like spitting at each other.
Okay.
Is what they're doing. Ridiculous. They're both sitting there back and forth doing it. Like, what are they called? Raspberries?
Oh yeah. Raspberries. Yeah. So you still have to buy a RODI unit, or?
Yeah, so I was looking at the RODI Buddy, and it's the 4-stage one, but me and Bubba actually and Mage, and we actually had a discussion last night that because the way that where I'm living is set up, that there is 2 different water plants kind of coming into it. They are to one because we're at the borderline of Kitchen. So I was told when we first moved in here that there was chloramines and chlorine in the water. So because it's from two different sources. So I got my TDS meter and I actually tested through the tap and it was 127 coming out of the tap. Now, like I'm not, right? Like not doing it. So there was a, a water filtration just for our fridge set up for our drinking water. But then again, I'm not going to set up my RODI all hooked up in the basement. And then I'd have to get a pump and all sorts of things to pump it up here to set up a DI resin against the RODI for mine. So I was thinking the RODI Buddy, but then was it Phil Reef Keeper last night? He sent me a link to this awesome website. I forget the name, but I did bookmark it somewhere, and they have some really nice RODI units on for a decent price, and it was a 6-stage one. So
Okay.
it's all a matter of time. I did contact one of my water companies out here just to see if they could provide me with the RODI water, and they said, yeah, they can do that. So I was thinking for the first initial setup just to go through them while I'm waiting for my delivery of the RODI unit.
Yeah, you have a TDS checker, yes.
Yeah, I do.
We have, when I start up and to make RO water, and I measure the incoming water with I have this inline TDS meter. It measures sometimes above 300.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, above
Yeah.
300, and most of the times it's around 220, 230, but when you just open it, 300. And I have a 4-stage, and but yeah, when it's leaving, it's 0. So
And
check it
yeah,
twice
and how often do you have to replace your membranes?
Now I'm using it 10 months, of course, now together with the tank, and I have used it for filling the whole tank and making, of course, for the water changes. And now I start to get like sometimes 2 or 3 TDS when it comes out. So yeah, it starts to get time to switch it. So it's 10 months, and I made a lot of with it. Yeah. But actually, I need to put on a booster pump because the water pressure is not high enough, so I don't get a. It's not working.
And I hear a lot about that, the booster
100%.
pumps, and like, yeah. So with an RODI unit, is it usually a slow flow anyway when you're producing the RODI water? Like, I would think it would be much slower flow. I've never used one. So
it's a small tube also, of course, and you have your wastewater splitting also, but with the membrane, as I learned, I'm not sure if it's real. The membrane needs a certain pressure to work at its best. So most say around between 50 and 60 psi.
Okay.
And mine is only around 40 psi. And you create more wastewater than if you have higher pressure.
Yeah. See, and this is another question that I was asking the other day. With the wastewater that comes from making RODI water, would I be able to use that in my freshwater tanks?
Yeah, you can.
Right? Like, and a lot of people didn't really
I know you can water your plants and stuff. You can water your plants and stuff. But I don't know if you can use that.
Well, because I'm thinking, right, what comes out of my tap, that's what I'm using now. I just kind of use Prime to diminish any chlorine or chloramines in the water, or heavy metals, so to speak. And I use tap water to do my fresh tanks. With the wastewater coming out of the RODI, I would think it would probably be even much better than what's coming out of my tap. I don't know. I would have to do my own experiment on that one. Hi, Jeeves.
Yeah, miss. I have, maybe I have some freshwater test kits still, so maybe I should test the outcoming the wastewater.
We're all going to start our experiment here on what's coming out on the end of that thing. Exactly, right? Like, Also, like I was thinking, like the waste, so to speak, wastewater coming out of it. What if you almost like did a recycling? Is there such thing as a recycling kind of valve hose where you can feed it back through the DI or the RODI and make it go through again? And how does this decipher what's really clean water compared to what's wastewater? This is, I'm like, how does this thing work? And how do you know?
Yeah.
Because, right?
I don't think it's going to change something if you run it again through it, but I'm sure people are using it. I know that the people are using it for watering their plants and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of
But,
doing, is just setting up a little pail to take outside
because-
and water plants in my garden. But
Yeah, I know now, and that's also because my pressure isn't high enough. I know that if I make 100 liters of RO water,
yeah,
I use 500 liters of tap water to make 100 liters. So that's 400 liters waste.
yes, right. That's a large amount. Like I just,
Yeah.
it's like,
And if I get this booster pump, I will reduce that.
okay, because it's like I don't want to waste water here. Like, you know, I'm like, I don't want to waste it. I don't know.
No, wastewater is at least as dirty, if not more.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. So Dave says no
Yeah,
wastewater.
I don't know on what. I don't know what he answered with that.
No
Dave, what
wastewater is at
did you mean?
least as dirty, if not more. So it's as dirty, if not more. So it's just dirty water. It's wastewater. He's saying don't use it.
Yeah. I wouldn't drink it, but I know you can water your
right?
plants with
Yeah.
it.
Well, I even take from doing my fresh water. I take all the dirty water from there and I water my flowers. But that's full of like goodies for my plants because of the nitrates and all that goodie for them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I always throw. Now with the salt water is different, of course, because
Yeah.
I don't know if they like so much salt. But I always throw when I did water changes with the freshwater tanks, I also throw the water out in the garden. So
See, so here's Phil. Hi, Phil. I was just talking about you. So it's on the site Liquigen. Thank you, Phil. I was trying to remember the name of that site. I do have it bookmarked somewhere. Yeah, honey, can you grab me a pen? I'm gonna write it down this time. So yeah, the site is called
saltwater
Liquigen.
Jeff. I like K-Reef because I'm trying to learn more Dutch. Saltwater Liquigen. Yes. When I bought my RODI unit, I bought it from an LFS here. So, and then suddenly, some weeks after, I find the website RODI unit specialist.nl. If you translate, and it was almost the same, and just half the price. I went crazy. No.
Oh no. See, this one, the one that I found, that Phil directed me towards anyways, is about $160 and it's the 6th stage. So comparable to a lot of other places, it's really decently priced. So I mean, if I only need
$160.
Yeah, $160.
Oh, that's
$160
I paid my 4th stage like $230 maybe if I calculate it fast.
Yeah, so this is so it's the 6th stage RODI.
Hi Melanie.
I know every time when I kept calling you K-Reef, you're like, Lisa, just call me Kevin. Like, okay.
Yeah. I'll say hi, everyone.
Yeah, and Pat told Phil about it. That's right. That's right. But yeah, that's the one I'm definitely gonna get. Like, it's the best. You get the best bang for your buck. And it's like, you know, obviously if Pat has had like hands-on experience with it and he says it's a pretty good site, then I'm going to trust his opinion, definitely.
I'm going to add to my RODI, because now I'm using this closed canisters that you can't change out the DI resin. So I always need to buy a new for that. So I need to change so I can change it myself.
Yeah, I was looking at the RODI Buddy as well. It's a 5-stage one, but that one is also, it's like $116, and it's only the 5-stage, and it's a much smaller, compact unit. Whereas I don't like, you would have to buy the whole canister, I believe, to replace it. Whereas these ones, you just buy the internal membranes, the other ones from the Liquigen. So I think I'm better off with just the bigger unit.
Yeah, I'm going to mute myself for a little. I'm back in 5 minutes. Okay.
Okay, no problem. Hi, all. You know, I was only going to do this for like 5 minutes, and now it's turned into like a full-fledged conversation about everything. Sammy, you want to come in? Anybody? I'm surprised I haven't had any thumbs down yet. Where are ya, you little haters? Last time I was like literally trying to figure it out because something changed with the way YouTube was connecting to the live stream. So I was on, a lot of you guys were here, and I got like 4 thumbs down right off the bat. I'm like, wow. Nobody gives me the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? Haters gonna hate. Samantha, are you going to come in? Come in with me. Yell at my kids. I know, I am stuck. But I enjoy it. I truly do. You guys are like family. And I honestly, like, if you, like, no one's around, I'm so bored. I'm like, what do I do now? Oh, Sammy. Manly, sticky voice. Actually, Amanda Pickering is coming over tonight. Maybe I should get her to come and introduce herself to everybody. She wants to go to Jysk to go shopping, so. So, Samantha, are you going to be setting up a tank? Well, Vicky, you know exactly where those thumbs downs are coming from. There's one place and one place only. Yes, Jysk is an overpriced IKEA, but she wants to go. She said she wants some blackout curtains, so I deleted the link. I don't want no crazies coming in here.
Okay, I'm back.
Hi, Kat.
Yeah, when nature calls.
Yeah, well, I'm sitting out and I'm like looking at the time. I'm like 5:20 because I was only going to do this for like a couple minutes and start dinner. But now I'm more leaning towards getting something brought to me for dinner, and we'll just call that a day. I don't feel like cooking. I don't feel like doing dishes. I don't even want to adult today. I didn't want to adult for the whole entire week. So.
Jysk and overpriced IKEA.
Yeah, and so, right? But so my girlfriend, she wants to go there. And there is an IKEA right up the road, but she wants to go to the Jysk. So, they have a lot of cute home accessories. So.
Yeah, they have. Och jag pratar svenska också.
She said she
That was
wants blackout
Swedish.
curtains. What's happening?
I was talking in Swedish.
Were you? I didn't even catch it.
No. I have lived in Sweden for some years.
For 7 years?
No, some years.
Oh,
5 years,
7
4
years.
years.
I thought you said 7 years. I
Yeah.
was like, wow, that's a long time.
No. uh, but yeah, we have a store here. It's called Leenbakker.
Okay.
Yeah, it's something. Yeah, it's a little bit alike, but with IKEA, it's yeah much bigger, and you have much more choices. But I think the quality is quite the same. So now, because we redid all our furniture last summer.
Yeah.
Before I had everything from IKEA, almost everything, but now we went to another store.
Well, this is, like I'm just like you. Like a lot of my furniture is from IKEA because when my husband and I, like, Gavin, stop it. When we first got together, like we were young, just trying to like, we were starting a family. So we were like cheapest furniture possible, with kind of like stylish way to go. But now that I'm older, like I'm finding I want more heavier pieces, well-built, structured pieces of furniture. Like I'm like an old soul in that sense. Like I love like, antiques.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, I love them.
But actually, the quality from IKEA has changed a lot in the years because long time ago people said, oh yeah, you can use that once, and if you have to move, you need to throw them away because you can only put them together once. The second time they are broken.
Well, that's not true. I had I don't know if you're familiar with, it's called the IKEA Mammoth Kids Collection. So it was like their and it was so well built, and we took that thing apart and put it together 1,000,000 times, and it held strong. Never did it break. So it's like almost like it kind of reminds me of like the Cat in the Hat kind of furniture, where it was pink and red, right? Yeah, and it had the big round feet on it. I love that bed and that dresser.
Yeah, because I have a corner desk, quite a big one, and I have moved it from Belgium to Sweden, from Sweden back to Belgium and to Holland. It has been outside in the rain, and not for long, but I took it in, and it's still perfect.
Amanda's here, everybody. She's gonna come and say hi. You should see her face right now. She's like, what are you doing? Oh my goodness.
So Sammy's beauty passion is your sister.
Yes, she is.
I subbed.
Did you? That's so nice of you. Thank you, Gav. She's getting married in July 29th.
Oh wow, congratulations.
Married, right? It's big, exciting stuff. Her wedding dress that she just said yes to is to die for. It's something that you're going to see out of a magazine, really. And it's just a very, very emotional time, definitely. I've never cried. Like, every time I see her try on, I'm like bawling like a little baby. And she's like, stop it. Like, I can't help it.
Yeah, my youngest brother, he's going to marry in August.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So emotional. I find it's bittersweet, definitely. Like, but then again, I'm like, don't do it. Don't get married. Are you crazy? No, I'm kidding.
I told him to not do it, but he doesn't.
Right? Just don't do it.
I don't like his girlfriend. Yeah, I'm sorry, but she has a problem with the whole family. It's not we that have a problem with her, but she has a problem with us. So, yeah.
Saltwater Jeff put, do you have anything for my Tang's baggy eyes? Some cucumber should do that well. Some seaweed, perhaps. Maybe a little kelp on the side.
Some nori.
Nori, there we go.
Don't worry. So saltwater, Jeff. How is it coming along with learning Dutch? So you watching all my Dutch spoken videos now?
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah, he was writing that in the chat earlier.
Good evening, Ash.
Because he's going on a trip.
So he's going on a trip to Sweden? Is that what he's doing?
A trip to, what was it again? Scroll back. Oh, now I don't find it anymore.
Don't spend all your money on the wedding and use some for a tank. Do it up, Sammy. Everyone's going to be on you. See? She's here now, so now it's going to get loud. All right, guys. She didn't want dinner, Ryan. What do you mean? She's pregnant. So everyone's saying, hi, Amanda. Say hi. Right there.
I thought you could see them.
Right here. No, I don't have my camera on, but I'll show you. So it's just me and Kevin in the hangout, and there's everybody in chat. Oh, there's Sammy. She's in now. Oh, no. No.
Bonaire. He goes to Bonaire.
I need to go to my car.
But anyways, I hope you guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get dinner going because my husband said no. But I hope everyone's around later after I get home from Jisk. How do you say it, Kev?
Yusk.
Yusk. And it's probably the proper pronunciation is the way you're saying it. Well, all of us Canadians were like Jisk.
Yeah, but in Sweden, the Y, or how you call it, Ypsilon, the Y, or the E, it's in Sweden they say it like U, so Yusk.
Okay.
Yusk.
See, now you're gonna teach me. You're gonna teach me a new language. This is gonna be fun. Where my oldest daughter is actually learning. She knows some Korean. That's been one of the languages.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she's been really involved with the Korean culture and just learning all about it. And so
but I also know Korean.
Yeah, so she's picked up French very easily.
Wopam Gangnam Style.
Oh.
Gangnam Style. See? I know. Gangnam Style.
You just made my day. Oh my God. But yeah, she's going into grade 9 and she's gifted. So she'll be doing all academic courses. I really wanted her to take one of those IB programs to kind of further herself, but she doesn't want to. So I'm not going to argue the matter of her doing that. So, but yeah, I really hope you guys join later because I need some more laughs. Yeah, seriously. What time is it there?
What? Yeah, I wanted to ask the same because here it's almost midnight.
Oh, geez. Okay. Well, you probably won't be around then. It's 5:30 p.m. So it's just reaching dinner time. It's still light outside. But thank you for coming and hanging out with me for sure.
Yeah, but it was a really nice talk. I liked it. A very nice chat.
Yeah, it was. And it's like, it's more, I don't like, because it's just, I'm not so into saltwater yet. So it's not just everyone arguing or overrun by saltwater conversation. I want to also speak about freshwater and just, I don't want to make this just all, I want to make it an open place to talk about anything. I don't want it to be,
yeah.
Anyways.
Okay. Yeah, but it's a nice chat. No, I am not, like I say, I'm not a specialist in salt water either. So,
but it's good to have people kind of like, on the same level as you that don't know everything and anything.
Yeah, and I can share your experience.
Right, totally. So, anyways, everyone, thank you for coming and listening to us chit chat and hanging out with me. I appreciate it. And I will do one later now that Header has taught me appropriately. So we'll do it.
Okay, if I can't sleep,
you'll be back on. Okay, Kev.
And otherwise, I am I will be happy to see you all again another time.
Awesome. Okay. See you soon, Kev.
Thank you very much, Lisa.
Bye.
Bye bye.